Louisiana woman arrested after starting barbecue protest outside mayor's house. The woman said the grilling was an attempt to discuss the fatal police shooting of a black man. A Louisiana woman was arrested Saturday after setting up a barbecue outside the Lafayette mayor's home and grilling in protest of a police shooting that left a black man dead earlier this month. Placeholder Tara Lax, who is part of a local activist group called Unity 7, fired up a grill in the street in front of Mayor President Josh Guillory's home. The small protest was recorded on Facebook Live. Lax said the barbecue was an attempt to invite Guillory for a discussion about the August 21 police shooting of Trayford Pellerin, a 31-year-old black man, in Lafayette. Louisiana State Police have said Pellerin was carrying a knife and was shot when he tried to enter one convenience store in Lafayette after causing a disturbance at another. Pellerin's death has heightened tensions between protesters and local leaders in the consolidated city and parish of about 244,400 in Louisiana's Cajun country. Another activist, who identified himself as Gary W. Monroe, protested alongside Lax as flames rose from the grill. He told KATC-TV that he planned on following Guillory until he speaks with protesters. Police officers eventually arrived at the scene as Lax grilled hamburgers and hot dogs. Officers explained that Lax cannot grill in the street and asked her to leave, according to the Facebook Live video. Lax and the officers spoke for several minutes before she was placed under arrest. Lax is facing charges of disturbing the peace and obstruction of a public passage, Sheriff Mark Garber confirmed in a press conference, the outlet reported. Thank you for watching with Peter Reporter Min News. Subscribe to my channel for new updates.
Butts on the ground now.
What's wrong? You moist? It's amazing how he called Carlos. He sees Carlos in front of his house. Baby Trump, do 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 do, baby Trump, do 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 do.
G-E-R-R-Y, last name Monroe, M-O-N-R-O-E.
And your title?
I'm the Executive Director of the UUAA, the United Urban Alumni Association.
And tell us a little bit about your association, the people who haven't heard about y'all.
My association, we fight for inequities for African Americans or anybody. Opportunity to travel all around the country and attend protests at the same so that we can come to peaceful resolutions so that people can go back to their normal lives and the people that commit prosecute.
Now, when you heard about what transpired here this last week, what went through your head?
Business as usual. This is what's been going on all around the country. But I also know that the climate in the tri-parishes, especially Lafayette, Louisiana, has always been a racial climate. And to ignore the fact that at this moment you have probable cause to arrest those officers, that made me just say, I was actually in Minneapolis, and I needed to get on a plane and come back and make it down here to Lafayette and support these good people.
And for the people in Lafayette, they've been protesting for a couple of days. They came out here today. Give me your thoughts on how they're approaching this, and are they doing things the right way?
I think they're doing a good job. And what I would tell people, I understand that some of the youngsters got a little loose and they were looting and they were doing what they were doing. But if you wasn't killing black people and doing what you were doing, nobody would be doing that. And at the end of the day, the mayor, city council, police chief, the DA has the power to stop this right now. What it takes is to use and arrest these officers so that this city is normal.
If Mr. Guillory here to talk to y'all. If he's watching tonight, is there anything you'd like to say to him?
I'd like to tell him that the family of the murdered man, and I'm not going to say his name because he didn't have enough respect to say it either, that they're very uncomfortable. And the good thing about me is I clearly understand the law. So as long as we're within the confines of the law, Mr. Guillory, you will be very, very uncomfortable. And you are opening a door to allow people to come from outside of your city to protest with these people. We got pros. I do this for a living. But I'm peaceful in the way that I do it. But I normally get the results that I want. And I don't have nothing but time on my hand. And if he wants to do a check on me, call down to Houston and ask them, is he going to go away? Hell no, I'm not going away. Is he going to keep going? Yes, I'm going to keep going. So, Mr. Guillory, if you can't do the right thing or get the people to do the right thing, when you go to church, we coming to church. When you go to dinner with your family, we coming to dinner with your family. Everything that you do from this point on will include us until you do the right thing. Black lives do matter, and they matter.
I can't think of anything else. Did I miss anything you'd like to touch base on that I might have forgotten to ask?
No, they have probable cause. Because if it was some black kids that shot that same man in the doorway of that store, they would have been arrested on the spot. So the thing is why won't you use probable cause and arrest these guys? And what you could do is what they did in Minnesota. If you put them in jail and you feel those charges need to be upgraded, then upgrade them. But you have to do the right thing. Nobody in this neighborhood should be uncomfortable because you as the leader of the city will not do the right thing. You don't want to do the right thing? Then we gonna keep doing what we do, but in a peaceful manner. But you're gonna be uncomfortable every single day of your life until you decide to do the right thing. So I want to make sure, and please, you don't have to figure out who I am. I'm not scared of the police. I'm not scared to go to jail. Do the right thing and let everybody go back to normal. And that's all it takes.
And you spoke on these protests staying peaceful. For people who join future protests that y'all have, how important is it? Because I think the message gets diluted when people aren't going about peacefully.
Thing is, when it comes to being an African American in the United States of America, we've been dealing with a pandemic called being black for 463 years. And everything that we ever got, we either had to fight for it or we had to die for it. So we definitely are going to preach peaceful protesting. No doubt about it. I want to show them how to do it the right way, the whole 9 yards. And those that choose not to be peaceful, then guess what? Y'all deal with them. But remember, we didn't start this. Your people started this. These people were not looting before that man was shot. They were not robbing before that man was shot. They were not blocking traffic before that man was shot. So we clearly understand the reactionary situation that happened, but that's your business now. Do the right thing, and I can guarantee you they'll stop. But until you do, it's what it is. But as far as us, with me working with these good people, it's in a peaceful manner. I'm just gonna make him uncomfortable every day of the week.
Thank y'all so much. Y'all do great stuff. I was there on the first day.
We're only trying to love our brother.
I know.
And we're only trying to make sure that his murder is not in vain. That's all we're trying to do. But doing a...
So while y'all marching in Washington, the real soldiers gotta go do the work. And those days, I say the truth.
Gotta give me a little...
Care. This is what we gotta do. So get off your couch if you in Lafayette. They got multiple protests going on. And then do what you need. It's the only way that they are going to stop wholesale murdering black people in the United States of America. I'm here and I ain't going nowhere.
See how quick Carlos left? Josh calls Carlos, Carlos leaves, but he's supposed to bridge the gap.
You have to You have to understand, when you're in government and you're making that kind of money, you gotta do what your boss tell you to do. So, at the end of the day, if he can make a call and do that, he can make another call and tell his DA to do what he needs to do. So, that's all it takes. Yeah, this whole community should not be in an uproar. There is probable cause to arrest those officers. And that's all it takes.
Chantel better come with my bread.
I said they're on their way.
Come on, come on. It's just 3 of us out here. Y'all always want to talk the talk. I tell y'all all the time. Y'all want to talk the talk, but y'all don't want to walk the walk. So if y'all Tyler Mayor Josh Guillory shit, come out. Make him step out of that nice-ass home he got. And make him answer for his behaviors. Calling Trayford an individual. Criminalizing him. Shit, even the advocate was criminalizing him before his mommy even knew where her son lay.
Uh-oh.
All right.
That didn't sound good.
It's all right.
I got it.
Nothing but the rubber came off. Let me fix that.
So some people said they coming? Well, y'all thought the rain was gonna stop me? Y'all think I be playing whenever I say I'm doing petty stuff. And then I don't even find it to be petty.
Chris said he's on his way.
Come on, Chris.
Go get your reinforcements and all that shit, man.
What's the address again?
207 Camberry. Or Camberley.
Yeah,
Right?
Camberley Circle.
Camberly Circle. Off of Cully's, off of Loxley. Off the corner of Ascot and Camberley. He already called the police.
Shit,
Scary
they can't do
self.
nothing.
Scary self, Josh. Scared for what? That we could be underhanded like you? We're not underhanded like you, Josh. Just know our rights. Look, you're looking out? Hey, come on. Come on. Hello.
What?
Who's Tara? I am. May I speak with you?
Lieutenant Carson Lafayette Police Department.
Uh-huh.
Asking you to please vacate. Reason being, under the statute,
Uh-huh.
this is obstructing the roadway.
I'm not obstructing the roadway.
Barbecue pit in the roadway is an obstruction.
I'll put it in the back of my truck.
There you go.
That would cause a very big hazard.
That's why it's right there.
Okay,
But we're making hamburgers and hot dogs,
I understand that.
welcoming the community to come out, including the mayor and his neighbors, so we can have one-on-one conversation and open up the dialogue about what's happening in our community on the north side in peace.
Completely understand that. How the mayor's not going to come out and have this conversation.
Right, but he called Carlos after he saw Carlos Harvin show up, and then Carlos left. Carlos Harvin, he is the chief of minority affairs. He's supposed to bridge the gap
Okay.
between our communities.
Okay. I don't think this is really going to get your point across.
Where's my life?
Right.
Continue.
Yeah, you're going to have to hold that. Right.
All right, go ahead. I'm not breaking any laws.
But right now,
I'm
yes.
parked in the direction of traffic. I'm not blocking the roadway. I'm not on his property.
The barbecue pit is...
Okay, well then this is neutral ground, so I can put it in the grass.
No, ma'am, that will be trespassing as well.
Why?
So what is it, still sidewalk?
One thing, you're still obstructing the passageway. So, in your best interest, I'm asking.
So you're telling me this is trespassing? Trespassing how?
Yes, ma'am, it is
Because
trespassing.
this part isn't considered Josh Guillory's yard. It's after the sidewalk and yet before the street. So this would be neutral ground.
There's a city ordinance that states that you can have a sidewalk or anything parallel to the sidewalk.
So even this grass area,
Your cooperation from us. I understand your frustration. There's other ways to do it. Everybody's got something. I understand
The way I did it in Minneapolis when
What
I
you
got
got?
shopping in the handcuffs and I stopped the community from burning up a whole city. Somebody needs to have a discussion with these people.
I'm sorry. No disrespect. I was closing the lid so no one got smoked out.
15. Okay, ma'am, at this time you are being placed under arrest.
I wasn't objecting to what you were saying. We're having a conversation. Okay. My keys are in my truck.
This your cell phone, ma'am?
You can hand it to Mr. Jerry.
It's being seized as evidence, okay?
Seized as evidence.
Yes, I'm being advising you right now. It's going to be seized as evidence, okay?
What evidence? For what?
I'm not exactly sure. I'm just being relayed that they want the phone. for
You
evidence,
have
okay?
no right to. He doesn't have the right to take my phone as evidence, correct? Because it's mine. Yeah, I'm on live, Jerry. Oh, go ahead. I have orders. You got my truck? Yeah. Okay. My
What's your last name?
Alexa.
Alexa, where's your right your phone
In my truck, my daughter Olivia.
Okay, guys, being that said, y'all want to pack up
Yes.
and we'll do.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You know how to stop this thing?
They should seize this as evidence.
The water?
It's all
So
on,
you're gonna seize this as
it's all being
evidence?
videotaped right now, okay?
Can I get her daughter to help? That's her daughter.
fine.
Yeah. If
I don't know how to work
water
on
and
You
put
the
it out.
lieutenant?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, can we step over there, please? My name's Gary Monroe. I'm a nationally known activist. That's why I'm just kind of sitting here. And
I'm sorry, I just smoked.
no, I got it. Trust me, I don't like all that smoke. The only smoke I like is this. I had the opportunity to go to Minneapolis and help the city of Minneapolis because at that time we saw what happened in Michigan. Ma'am, if you can relay the message, I got some good federal friends that asked me to come down here.
Sorry, y'all.
And what was your name again, sir?
My name is Gary W. Monroe.
Gary W.
So
Monroe.
the thing is you really need somebody to talk to your community. I met with community leaders last night. I have them at a point where they will listen.
Yes, sir.
No looting, no robbing, no nothing. Okay, so if you got somebody on that side of the ball that's communicating with them, we just need to be able to talk to the other side of the ball. Now, I don't really want to go put the suit and the bow tie on to be official. Because I like wearing my sweat in the shirt. But at the end of the day, this does not have to go on in your community, and it's only going to get worse because you're going to have people from outside coming into your community with the wrong intentions. So
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.